Namaste, yogi and friends. We are here to do a beginner's shoulder stabilization exercise. So we're here to really just learn what our shoulders can do and slowly build up strength, because we have these superficial muscles, those big ones you hear about, the deltoids and lats and traps. But we're also going to work on those deeper, finer muscles that usually don't hear their names. So that comes with holding postures for longer periods of time. And that gives the superficial muscles a chance to kind of use all their steam, relax, and then the deeper muscles hold that stability. And also to find just some flexibility in that strength, right? Not just in one position of the arms, such as push-ups. So go ahead and jump on your mat and let's get started. All right, so we are going to start out today actually on our seat. So I want you to take your hands back behind you. Your fingers can point towards you unless that hurts your wrist. I have a wrist injury, so I'm going to place my fingers pointing away from each other. And then your feet about hip width distance. So this is just one of the ways that our shoulders can move and strengthen with this open chest. So love all exercises that are open chest, because we do so much during the day that's hunched forward, right? So the first thing about any pose is rotating your shoulders back so that you open up your chest, and the shoulder muscles in the back, so all along your shoulder blades, have a chance to engage. So we're engaging the proper muscles when we start. So after you have your shoulders rolled back, squeeze your shoulder blades and feel this strength in your whole back body. So engage your whole back body. And I like to start this by just pressing your hands down into the mat. So we're not lifting up yet. We're just going to actively press your hands down. You'll feel all those muscles fire up. So become aware of that sensation. Keep those muscles engaged as we slowly lift our hips. Now we're changing the angle of our shoulders. So how do we not start rolling forward but keep strength? We're going to keep squeezing our shoulder blades. Good. And this time engage your triceps. Yes, engage the triceps, and then we are going to hold here. You have got this. I want you to breathe deeply in and out of your belly. I want you to feel your feet stamping into the ground, your hands stamping into the ground, that continuous rolling back of your shoulders, triceps active, hips lifted high, low core engaged, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Awesome. Shake out your hands. And now we're going to come onto our hands in front of us, feet back behind us, and come to a knee plank. So knee plank does not mean we just lower our hips down, right? And we're also not having our hips over our knees. We're going to have that nice board appearance, but tuck your tailbone in, and what that does is it engages your low belly and tries to bring your pubic bone closer to your sternum, right? And engaging the transverse abdominis, draw up on your pelvic floor. Good. And then I want you to grip into the mat. And what I mean by that is, think about if you had claws like a cat and you're clawing into the mat, trying to take a piece out of the mat. Good. So feel this action in your forearms. And then just lift the heel of one hand and place it back down. If it shakes, normal, you're doing it right. And then lift the heel of the other hand and lower it back down. So this can be a lot. If you need to take your hips back just a little bit so there's not as much weight on this, go for it. But if this feels good, then keep in this plank pose. Just strengthening our core at the same time. Good. Lifting one heel of your hand, lowering it down, the other heel. Good. Now we're going to raise the heel of your hand, and we're going to keep it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Other heel rises up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back to your seat. Tuck your toes, sit back on your heels. Place your palms face up and take a few deep breaths. Notice any extra blood and heat running through your forearms. Getting more awareness coming through your shoulder area. Beautiful. All right, so come back to our hands and knees. And just for a moment, we're not going to come into plank, but instead of just lifting our heel, we're going to come up onto our fingertips. So we're making this dome shape. Good. And lowering back down, sliding our fingers back down. Other hand up onto the fingertips, and lowering it back down. So now you have an option. You can lift up onto your fingertips with one hand and then lower down one at a time, or you can take it up a notch. The next level is both at the same time and lowering it back down. And if you're like, this is easy, right? Or you work up to that space where this is easy, then I want you to put your body weight more over your hands. That's how it becomes harder. Good. So up on the fingertips, lower it back down. So that movement is gaining strength in your forearm all the way even into your upper arm. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Shake it out. Now we're going to come back to our plank pose. So in our plank, we're on knee plank. Good. Engage that low belly. Claw into the mat, press away. So we're going to try to bring our chest as far away, right? Not down, but far away as possible. Stretching out the space between our shoulder blades. And while you're here, it's sometimes easy to just lazily be here in the shoulders, but I want you to really squeeze the chest and right here underneath your armpit to press yourself just a little bit further from the mat. Good. Now keeping this active, we're going to start rotating to a side plank. Good, so I want you to take your right foot and twist it over to the right, and the left foot can come straight out from you. Open up your left arm. Good. So we're going to do that a few times because I want you to notice how your right shoulder should be doing most of this work. Okay, so back down to our plank. Good. Rotate the foot, left foot out, and as we start to lift our left arm up, make sure your right arm and shoulder is what is rotating you. That is the strength we're looking for. Let's come back down. Good, and we're gonna do that one more time, okay? Rotating out, shoulders doing all the work. Take your time, make it slow. Beautiful. From here, I want you to hold. Let the stability happen in your shoulder. Reach your shoulder blades towards one another behind your back. That doesn't mean your arm has to go back, just the shoulder blades. Good. And really press away the mat. So we're trying to lift our body as far away from the mat as possible. For 3, 2, 1, slowly rotate using our right shoulder back down. Awesome. Plank side, plank, and now to the left side. So left foot out, right foot long, and right arm up towards the sky. Start to notice what muscles have to be turned on in order for this to strengthen your left shoulder. Slowly come back, using left shoulder to rotate. Good. And back up to our side plank. Slow and steady, that's how you feel it. And slowly back down. Good. And one more time. Really opening up. Squeezing your shoulder blades back behind you. Pressing away the mat. Find that strength and length. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Good. And now let's stretch out our arms by shifting our hips back, arms forward. Your elbows can either be down, if that feels good, or arms out straight, chin down, if you have a little bit more flexibility in your shoulders. But wherever you are, just take some deep breaths. Good. And slowly release. Let's come to kneeling. And I just want you to take your hands and wrap them around, close your eyes, and just give some love to your shoulders. Sometimes we focus on if something's not doing the way we want it to, the right way, as we say in our heads, or injuries, we focus on that, but sometimes we just need to take time to recognize everything that we are capable of doing. So just give some love, gratitude, and appreciation to your shoulders for everything they were able to do today, no matter what that looked like. And slowly release your hands. Thank you so much for practicing. Continue doing this as much as possible to start building more and more strength, and then you can join in one of my more advanced shoulder strength training videos. Thanks for joining in. See you next time, friends. Namaste.